Hello, welcome to a Christmas edition of a preview here on the channel because we are only a couple of days away from the big day itself. And of course, we will be looking ahead to Pompey at Vicarage Road. But first, if I spin you around, you can see right behind me, we have a Christmas tree. So I'm going to be taking you around our living room and showing you the best of our Christmas decorations. Right, here we go. You guys can see, firstly, straight away as you walk in, we've got our lovely Christmas tree, which actually, when I step back for a second, you can see is ever so slightly wonky, leaning to that right-hand side, which is a bit irritating, I do have to say. But there's not too much we can do about that. Of course, the most important thing under the tree is the presents. And hopefully, fingers crossed, there's a purple third kit from Watford waiting for me under there. I'll spin you around to this right-hand side where actually you can see a nice little Christmas wooden village. This actually lights up at night. It takes a couple of AA batteries, I do believe. Is anyone alive in there? Can you guys see anyone inside them windows? I'm not too sure. Maybe they're all sleeping, who knows? Around here, I'll take you to our good old friend and certified legend, Sid the Seal. What a guy. My dad purchased him over in Florida many years ago on his honeymoon, and yeah, he's been here sitting on his speaker ever since. He's got his nice little Christmas hat on there as well. Sid the Seal, what a legend. Leave him some love in the comment section down below. And last but not least, we've got our fireplace section, a very bright light up, kind of metallic Christmas tree there. That's very controversial in our household. A couple of people love it, a couple of people not so much. So let me know what you think of that in the comment section down below. But nice little wooden Santa here coming to deliver lots and lots of Watford gifts to me, hopefully. Yeah, a nice Noel sign as well, some presents over there, again in that kind of metallic silvery type theme that we've gone with. And then finally up here we've got some Christmas trees that we tried to semi-resemble a forest type theme. So yeah, hopefully you guys like that tour of our Christmas decorations. Right, let's get into my thoughts and feelings on Pompey this season. Now, up until about a month or so ago, I had them completely actually nailed on for immediate relegation back down to League One. But since then, they've had a really strange and interesting run of results, actually. I just want to walk you through their last 4 fixtures, just to give you some context on what I'm actually talking about. So on the 7th of December, at home, they beat Bristol City, a solid championship outfit, by 3-0. They then, again, draw at home, 0-0 with Norwich City. They go away from home to Derby County and draw and lose 4-0, I should say. A really heavy defeat there for Pompey. And then they go back home to face Coventry City and end up winning by 4-1, with Callum Lang scoring all 4 goals. Now, I actually sat and watched the entire Portsmouth Coventry game, and for the first 10 or 15 minutes I thought Coventry were excellent and Portsmouth really struggled defensively to cope with the amount of runners Cov had running in behind their back line, especially in them wider positions. But after that 15 or 20 minute spell, I thought Pompey were excellent. They were really fun to watch, and maybe for them, they like having, you know, that home advantage. I think most clubs are like that, and you can see that with Watford this season, where we've gone, I think it's 16 games now unbeaten at Vicarage Road under Tom Cleverley, because I'm sure as players they find it easier to play in front of their home support. They have the crowd on them for the entire game, willing them to score as many goals as possible. And then for Watford, when we go away from home, you've seen this season, we struggle a lot. And I wonder if that's kind of the same situation Pompey find themselves in. Of course, from a Watford perspective, going into this game, we want and really want to keep this unbeaten run going at Vicarage Road. As I say week in, week out, it's going to end at some point, and I do feel it may be a team lower down in the table that ultimately does end that run at Vicarage Road. Fingers crossed it won't be Pompey, but you have to say they're now out of the relegation zone. They're probably pretty high in confidence going into Christmas on the back of that big win against Coventry. So for me, this has the potential at Vicarage Road on Boxing Day, where the crowd's a little more subdued, to be maybe a bit of a, banana skin game. Maybe Watford, might not be up for the fight, and Pompey are coming here on good form. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. In terms of Watford injury news, there's not too much to report. Tom Cleverley, I haven't heard from him since the last game. So it seems like Ogbonna will be available. And then, of course, our longer term absentees and Kevin Caben and Tom Dele-Bashiru will still be out until the new year. Before I move on to my score prediction, I just want to touch on Tom Cleverley and his comments post Burnley, because we watched it here live on the Watford Way. Burnley 2, Watford 1. A really disappointing, actually, performance away at Turf Moor. Of course, we all expected to potentially lose against Burnley. They've just been recently relegated from the Premier League and are probably going to get re-promoted again this season because of the quality they have. Josh Brownhill and Anthony with 2 decent goals for them in the end. However, what concerned me was the work rate and the attitude of some of our senior players. And Tom Cleverley, to be fair to him, in his post-match interview with the official club channel, he called it out and he essentially said that he had words with certain senior, figures in that Watford dressing room, and you have to assume he's referring to the likes of Moussa Sissoko and Daniel Batman when he says that, because both of them in that Burnley game I felt had subpar performances. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. Of course, there's going to be rotation in this Christmas period because there's games coming, every 3 or 4 days at this moment in time. And maybe it is time for Moussa Sissoko to drop out of the team. Maybe it's time even for Daniel Batman to take a look at himself and go, actually, I'm not playing up to the standards I should be. And maybe give Jonathan Bond a go. I don't know. It's just a shout from me there. Let me know if you agree with that in the comments section down below. But certainly Watford need to see some changes and some more positive attitude, going into these away games, especially because, it certainly was, from everyone, really. It was a really disappointing performance. I think Kwadwo Bar was a real highlight. Daniel Jefferson, when he come on, I thought had a pretty decent game. Matty Pollock, of course, winning the majority of his aerial duels. But aside from that, very disappointing from the Hornets. So, score prediction time. Now, I did mention earlier, this game has the real potential to be a banana skin at Vicarage Road. My fingers are crossed. I hope it won't be. I hope Watford will maintain our unbeaten run to make it 17 games unbeaten at Vicarage Road under Tom Cleverley. I'm going to be positive, I'm going to be bold, and I'm going to go with a 3-1, quite comfortable Watford victory, actually. Hopefully the players don't have too much to eat on the 25th, and hopefully they're ready to go on the 26th. For hopefully what will be a very, very entertaining game. So let me know your score predictions in the comment section down below. Of course, I want to wish all of you a very, very, very Merry Christmas. Lots to look forward to over the next few weeks, especially with Watford playing so many matches. And don't worry, there's still lots of content here on the channel to watch. On Christmas Eve, we have a video coming out where we rank the Watford players based on their season so far. And then on Christmas Day at 7 p.m, we've got a Watford FC quiz. So if you're fed up of talking to your family, or you've had an argument over Monopoly, for example, tune in to the Watford Way at 7 p.m. on Christmas Day. We'll be taking part in a Watford FC quiz to test my knowledge and see if I'm a fake fan. So once again, a very Merry Christmas to all of you, and we'll see you soon.